Hello everyone, I'm Sneha Reddy. I'm from team Debugging Divas. In this video, I'm going to present how to make a Ferrari landing page using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So in this video, the I'll show you the code and explain it in detail on how to make the Ferrari landing page. So for this, before making the page or before writing the code, first we have to create a folder, and the folder name can be given as of our wish. And then here I have given the folder name as Ferrari 1, so we can give it as of our wish. And then we have to create another folder named assets over here. So in this folder we have to include all the images and videos which we are using in this website, and then we have to create 3 separate files for writing HTML, CSS and JavaScript code. First let us write the HTML code. So let us change the name of the document, that is Ferrari cars. So after this, let us link our HTML website to the CSS. And the link is given as /ferrari.css, and let us close this. Now let us link the HTML code with the Font Awesome website and Google Fonts website so that we can access different fonts and different icons from those websites. So let us link them. These links can actually be taken from the official website. So now in the similar way, let us link the Font Awesome website. So it can be linked in the similar manner. This is the link. Let us close this. So this is the head part of the code, and in this code now let us write the body part. In body part we actually include the main elements of this code. So basically our HTML code, in this we are dividing our final output web page into 5 parts, that is home, popular cars, video gallery, image gallery and then contact. So these 5 parts are being written the code separately in this HTML page. So we are writing the code separately by creating divisions and classes for each of these parts. So the first part is home page. So before creating the home page, let us include the navigation bars and the menu bar in our output web page. So for including the navigation bar, we have to take that particular for including the menu bar, we have to take that particular icon from the Font Awesome website. So the link can be copied from the Font Awesome website and it can be pasted over here. This is the link. So this link gives the menu bar, and we have created a separate division and the class can be named as menu. And now we are going to create another division for the navigation bars. So the navigation bars division goes like this. The class name is given as navbar target, and as we can see over here, there are 5 navigation bars, and these 5 navigation bars represent each page in the output web page. Home is first page, and then popular cars, and then video gallery, image gallery, and then contact. So we now start writing the HTML code for these all 5 pages, and we then put them in separate divisions and link the images and videos present in those particular navigation bars respectively. So now let us first create a class, the division, and the class name can be given as wrapper. Now let us create a section, this section attribute. Let us give the class name as section1 target center. Now let us give the ID name as home. So here this ID name is given so that when we are writing the code in the JavaScript, it becomes easy for us to include the ID of home with the JavaScript. So now let us write the next part of our code. That is, in this first section we actually include the background video and then some font over that background video. So in order to include all those, we have to link those video and the font. So this is the code for the first section, that is the section1 target center. That is here we are linking the video with from the assets folder, and then we are playing the background video in auto mode with the muted sound, and it is played in loop mode. And then we are creating a separate class called font, and in this class we are giving the header attribute, and then the subtext is given, that is start your engines and shop now. So all these content can be again styled in font class in the CSS. So this is actually the section 2. In the section 2 also we again write a particular division. Again we create another division and we give the similar name, that is wrapper. And again the section class, here we give it as section 2 target, and the ID is given as popular cars. So we again create the headings and again the separate divisions in them. The section 2 mainly consists of images of 3 cars, and these 3 cars also have some details along with them, that is the car name and then the car price. So in order to write all those details, we are giving separate attributes, that is h3 attribute for the car price, and then the image is included here. And then finally we are creating a button, so that in this button we are actually giving the see more options to see more about those cars. And as there are 3 cars, the remaining 2 cars are also designed in the same way and the code is written in the same way. Now let us see with the live server. This is what we are getting without styling anything in HTML, sorry, in CSS. So now let us open it with live server. So these are the car images we are getting. Once we style them in CSS, we get them in a perfect way. Now let us write the code for the third section, and the third section contains the videos of the Ferrari cars. So we have to create a division and give a class name, and we should again create the section in the similar manner as that we have done above for the 2 sections. So let us start writing the code for the third section. Class name can be given as wrapper, and let us close this. And now let us give the section name, and here the class name can be given as section -3 target. And now the ID can be given as video gallery. So now going on to the code of this section, here we actually link all the video links. We create two separate divisions for these three videos included in one division and another three videos included in another division, so that the three videos are displayed in a single row and the next three videos are displayed in the another row. So h1 attribute is used for writing the heading, and these are the video links. They are muted and they are played in loop mode. This is how we write the code for the third section. Now moving on to the fourth section. So we again create a division, and the class name can be given as wrapper, and then again we create a section, and the class name can be given as section 4 target, and now the ID is given as image gallery. Excuse me. So now here we write the code related to the images, that is we link all the images in this particular class, and then in the similar way as of the above code, here we have included all these video links under two divisions separately. Here also we give three images links under one division and remaining three images links in another division. So these here we again created another class called gallery shelf. This gallery shelf actually contains the images. So now as we are done with the fourth section also, let us once run the code with live server and observe if we got all the images. So these are the videos and these are the images. So now let us write the code for the fifth section. In fifth section, we actually give a contact form. In that form, the customer will be able to enter their details and share their opinion or ask their queries to the company. So for this, we are creating a contact form, and firstly, we are again creating a division and writing the class name as wrapper. So then we are again creating a section, and the class name can be given as section 5 target, section -5 target, and now the ID can be given as contact. So let us see the code. So this is the code. In the h1 attribute, we give the heading, section heading, that is contact us, and then we are using the form attribute so that the contact is given in the form, and we can see the contact form over there when we use the form attribute. And then we are using the input type as text, so that when we enter anything, it shows in the text format. And then we are using input type as email, so that when we enter anything, the input can be shown in the form of a mail id. And then the text area is taken, so that here in this particular attribute, here we are actually entering the message. In this message, we actually enter our queries or any suggestions or anything. So this attribute is used for that. And then finally in this particular class, we are giving the submit button. And this is what our fifth section code is. And let us once run, as we have completed styling. So yeah, this is what we're finally seeing. So now let us start writing the CSS code. The CSS code, we first start styling the common styles. That is, these common styles are applied in common to the complete HTML code. That is, for all the classes we have taken, these styles are applied in common. So the first we use the asterisk symbol, that is, which is the universal selector, and whatever styles are given in this universal selector are applied to the entire divisions, the entire classes. So let us first take that. So this is the first common styling. And margin, padding, we're familiar with all these stylings. Margin is nothing but the outer spacing. Padding is nothing but the inner spacing. And outline, we are very familiar what outline is. And box sizing, text decoration. So all these styles are we're using in almost all the codes. So now let us go to the next styling part. That is, we are going to style the HTML. So here in this HTML part, so here we have given the font size as 62.5%, because the HTML default font size is 16 pixels. So in order to increase the font size, we are giving it as 62.5%, so that 16 pixels default font size increases by 62.5%. And then the scroll behavior is given as smooth, because whenever we are navigating from one section to the another section, the scroll behavior is smooth, such that it does not jump abruptly from one section to the another section, and it moves smoothly when we are navigating from one section to the another. Then let us see the code for body. Now we are styling the body part. So this is how we are styling our body part, and we are very familiar with all these stylings, that is padding, top, background color and everything. Now let us style the dot center. So this is the dot center is actually applied for all the divisions in common, so we have included this in common styles. Till now we have completed styling the common parts. So now let us start styling the menu bar. So for that, so this is how we have styled our menu bar. That is width, height, position. We are very familiar with all these. So the new concept which we have used here for styling is Z index. Z index is nothing but the overlap of one image over the other. So when the Z index is taken in negative values, then it completely overlaps over the image. But when we take the positive value of the Z index, then the number, if we keep increasing the number, then the Z index, then the image keeps moving away from the original image, so that it does not overlap. And we are very familiar with all these flex direction and then transition. So when we place our cursor over that, the changes we observe and the transform. So whenever we click onto that menu bar, it rotates to a 90 degrees. And then the next part is this icon. So this is the styling of the icon. Now let us start styling the navigation bar. So this is how we have styled our navigation bar, and we have discussed about all these styles in the above sections. So now let us go for the further styling of navigation bar. So here as we are observing dot navbar dot change. So we didn't get this dot change, this class as such in anywhere in the HTML code. So this is actually related to JavaScript. So first let us write the JavaScript code for more understanding about that particular class. So the JavaScript code. The first part of the JavaScript code goes like this. This is that is we are using the dot menu class, that is we are making changes in the menu bar, and the changes the toggle. So whenever we click onto that menu bar, it shows some navigation bars, and whenever we again click onto that menu bar, the navigation bars close. Toggle is nothing but switching on and switching off in the similar manner. Whenever we click onto that menu bar, it shows the navigation items, and whenever we again click onto that, it closes the navigation items. So we have used a class called change to represent that toggle, and then this change is what the class which we have used in the CSS code. And then moving on to the next part of the JavaScript. So this is what the next part of the JavaScript is. We have used this part of the JavaScript for all the sections, that is home, popular cars, image gallery, video gallery, and contact pages. So this is here we have mainly used remove. So whenever we click on the menu bar, we get those navigation icons, that is the home and everything, navigation bars. So when we click on to that home, the home page opens. So when we click onto that home page, then immediately the menu bar disappears. So for that, for the disappearing of the menu bar, we are using remove, and here also the class given is change. When we actually write the CSS styling part for some extent, then we can clearly observe the changes, and then we can clearly know why this code is actually written. And then moving on to the final part of our JavaScript. This is the final part. So in this part, we are actually, this part is actually being written for the videos especially. So when our cursor is placed onto the videos, then the video plays, and when we remove the cursor from the videos, then the video pauses. So this is what our JavaScript looks like. And we have not written much of JavaScript. We just use some part of the JavaScript, and this is very short and crisp. So let us write the next part of our CSS styling, that is navi.navbar.change. So now we can clearly understand why we have used .navbar.change. So .navbar dot change, without this particular class styling, we could not get the navigation bars once we click onto the menu bar. For that sake, we have written this particular class. And then let us style the navbar links. Now let us style the next. So let us start styling each of the divisions and each of the sections. So once we are done styling with the section 1, we can observe some major changes in the output page. So let us go to the output page once we complete styling the section 1. So this wrapper is what we have given for all the divisions, and wrapper, here we are giving width, which we already know, and perspective. Perspective is nothing but it depends upon the number we have given. So the perspective is like when we look upon to a particular image or a particular background, so it changes depending upon the number given. So that is what perspective is. Like it bends in the slant manner, or it bends towards in a vertical manner. And in the most of the cases we are using rem units instead of pixels, because rem units make the page more responsive and adaptive to different screen sizes compared to pixels. So rem is more preferred nowadays. Now let us start styling the section part. This section part is styled in common. So this section part is now styled in common, and all these stylings we are very familiar about them. And then this section is taken for all the divisions, so we styled it in common. Now let us style the next part of the section, that is section dot change and section dot heading, sorry, section heading. So section dot change is nothing but just now we have observed here the section wrapper, we've used this for change. So when we click on to the menu bar, that section opens, and immediately when we click on that particular section, the menu bar closes. For that, this we've used this section dot change. And dot section heading is nothing but each section in the web page has a particular heading. Like the first section has Ferrari cars, and the second section has the popular cars. So in order to style those headings, we are using this particular class. So once we complete styling the section 1 completely, let us observe the changes in the output. So yeah, these are the changes and stylings made for the section 1, that is the background video is included and the flex direction is given. We can again we are again using background size and all these styles which are which we are very familiar with. And now let us style the background video. So in order to adjust the size height according to the screen, we are actually styling the background video. And then let us style the heading. So the heading, that is Ferrari cars, it can be styled using this heading class. And now moving on to the styling of next part. Now we are going to style the subtext. That is, we have given some text below the Ferrari cars, that is start your engines and shop now. So in order to style these subtexts, we are using this particular divisions and particular stylings. So as we are done styling the first section of our web page, let us once run it in the live server. We are able to observe minor changes, that is this headings, as we have styled the headings in dot section heading, so we are able to observe changes. Yeah, these changes are actually fine, but still we have to make changes. We should be able to see start your engines and other subtext over here. So for that we have to move further for the next styling. Let's go to the CSS and let us style the second section. So in this second section we are actually styling it in a very simple way. So the flex direction and the justify content, we are very familiar with these two parts. and we have styled it. Now the card. This card class is nothing but we are actually using three images in this particular section. So all those three images can be styled in this particular card, and these cards contain those three images. So first, before placing those three images or before styling those three images, we must first style the cards on which the images are placed. So here we are giving some hovering effects. So this is how we styled our cards, and now we are going to place our images. So before that, let us style the car names, as in this section we are including the names of the cars and the prices of the cars. So let us first style those names of the cars. And now this is where we are styling the images placed over the card. So let us style this. So this is how the opacity is nothing but the transparency. When we click over that particular image, the image becomes transparent by 1 unit. Now moving on to the styling of next section, that is dot car price. So here in this section we use dot car price. So that is we are writing the prices for each car. So we must include the styling of this section. So the next part is we are actually styling the see more button. As we have observed in the HTML code, we have given a see more option over there, and in order to style it, we are using the see more button, and for that we are using dot card hyphen btn, and we are styling it in this particular section. So as we are done styling the second section also, let us once again observe the changes occurred in the output page. So yeah, we can clearly observe the changes in the second section. That is, the heading got changed already, but the images are now properly aligned, and this is the price for the car, this is the names of the cars, and this is the Seymour. And whenever we click on to these cars, we are actually observing that the color changes a bit. That is, this is what the transparency opacity is. And now moving on to the styling of next section, that is the section 3, video gallery section. So this is the first styling of the section 3, and this is very similar to the styling of the above section. So then we are styling the font for the video gallery. As we have observed previously in the output page, the font for all the pages is aligned properly, but the font for the video gallery is not proper. So we are again making some changes regarding the font, so that after completion of this section we can clearly observe the change in the font. And now we are actually styling the video. So we are adjusting the video sizes according to the screen and everything. Now let us apply some hovering effects to this video. So for that we are using this style. So the hovering effects are now applied. So as we are done styling the third section, let us now open with live server and see the changes occurred. So as we are proceeding with the further styling, we can see that we are observing the changes in the previous sections also. That is, the Ferrari cars title got changed, and here we can see this title, start your engines. This is the subtext which we have actually given. And next, moving on, video gallery. Yes, this is the video gallery, and these are the videos of the particular cars. So for the videos to play when the mouse is over, let us first link this code with the JavaScript. Let us link our HTML script src equals to Ferrari.js. So this is how we can link our JavaScript to the HTML code. And now let us once again open with live server. So now we can see some changes, that is when we click onto this menu bar, this is where we are redirected to, and this. So currently, as we wanted to observe the changes in video gallery, let us open this. And when we are hovering over that particular video, we are observing that the video is being played, and the video can also be played in picture like this. So when we are hovering, the video is being played, and when we are removing the mouse, then the video is paused. So now let us style the remaining part, that is section 4. In this section, we are going to style our images, as this is the image gallery. So first, the section 4 is styled in the similar way as that of the above sections. So this is the styling of the section 4. And then let us now style the gallery part. So this is the gallery. This is the part where we are actually placing our images. So we are done styling with the gallery part. As for the previously in the popular cars section, we are actually using card. On card we are placing the images of the cars, but here we are using this gallery section or gallery class to place our images. So we are styling this gallery and the gallery shelf. To understand more about gallery shelf, we can observe it in the output once we are done styling this section. So here we have used gallery shelf. It actually appears as a shelf. It actually looks like a shelf, so we have actually given the name shelf over here, and here the pseudo class before is given. So this actually means that when we enter some content in this particular styling, it appears before the main content. That is what the pseudo class before actually means. And now moving on to the styling of the gallery images, that is the images of the Ferrari cars. So this is how we have styled our images and adjusted the sizes accordingly, and we have given some hovering effects, and we have styled each image according to their size, and we have moved them into a proper or appropriate position according to the page. So now as this section 4 styling is done, let us open with live server and observe the required changes. Yeah, so we are now clearly able to observe some major changes over here. Previously all the cars were clumsily placed, but now after our proper styling, the cars are being properly placed, and this is what the gallery shelf is, the blue color part, and the perspective is what this thing which we can observe, the perspective over here. And then when we are hovering over the cars, the images are actually becoming erect, and this is the title, and this is what the image gallery is. So now moving on to the final part of CSS code, that is styling of the final part. So finally we are going to style the contact form. So to style this contact form, we should first style the section 5. That is the common styling for this particular section, only for this particular section. And we are giving all this background and everything which we are very familiar with, and this is how we have styled section 5 in common. And now after this, let us style the required sections or the required classes. So now we are going to style the contact form. So this contact form, can be styled by the contact form is nothing but it contains the name, email ID and the message and the submit button. So the contact form on the whole can be styled like this using this particular styles. And now moving on to the next styling, that is the contact form. So this is how we are styling the contact form, and this is how where we are styling the input and the text area. Input is where we give the name in the text format and then the email ID, and text area is the place where we enter the particular message to convey to the company. So the both of these are styled commonly in this particular section. Or next, let us actually style the next contact. Now we are solely styling the text area. So this is how we are solely styling the text area, that is the place where we enter the message. Now this is where, so this is where we are styling. So this focus is nothing but whenever we click onto the text option, then the color of that changes. Once this section 5 is completely done, we can clearly observe it in the code, in the output page. So now we are finally styling the submit button. So this is how we are styling the submit button present in the contact form. So as our styling for the 5th section is done, let us once observe the changes occurred in this particular section. So yeah, all the sections now they are very properly aligned, and yeah, this is where when you click onto this, see, we can observe the color change. So this is what the focus is mainly used for, and then here you can enter your mail and here you can enter your name, and then you can finally use the submit option. So now as we can observe that this is perfectly adaptable for this screen, but when we are opening the same web page in the another screen, that is in the mobile phone or in the in another laptop which has different screen size, or in a tablet, we will not be able to get this proper alignment due to different screen sizes. So in order to make this web page adaptable for all the screen sizes, I'm going to write the media queries which makes the page responsive. So this is the final touch which we are going to give for our code, the media queries. So first let us write the media queries for a screen size of 1500 pixels. So the 1500 pixel screen size is mostly observed for laptops. So that particular screen size will be adaptable for the laptops. And this web page is will definitely be adaptable for that particular screen size after writing. So here whatever classes we have included, we can actually change them according to the screen sizes. So we actually make changes according to the screen size in the output page. we adjust the output page using the scroll bars to the 1000 pixels in laptop itself, and then we start making these changes individually. Like how much ever we require, we give that much changes to them. Now, as we are done with the laptop sizes, now let us see how it works for the tabs and some of the phones. So 750 pixels screen size is mostly observed in tabs. Uh, that is, we are styling it for the 750 pixels, and now finally let us style it for 600 pixels and 400 pixels respectively. So these are the changes. That is for 400 pixels is for mobiles and 600 pixels is also for mobile screens. And now, as we made these changes, let us go to our final output. So this is what our final output looks like. So this is where in JavaScript we have used toggle bar for this purpose. So whenever we are using this toggle bar, this opens, and whenever we click over this section, the toggle bar closes. So this is what toggle is: switching on and switching off, just like switching on and switching off. And now when we the next part, remove is used in the JavaScript. So whenever we click onto the popular cars page, so we are getting it over like this. So we don't want this menu bar now. When we click on this popular page, the menu bar disappears. So that is what we used remove for. And yeah, now we can clearly redirect to all the particular pages easily without any difficulty. And this is how we can observe all of them. So this is the final output of our page. So this is how we actually made our Ferrari landing page using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we used media queries to make the page responsive, and we also used many of the styles to make the page more attractive, and we aligned all the images perfectly. So this is what the Ferrari landing page code and the output page is all about. Thank you.